Sorry if my voice sounds like something today because I threw out my voice yesterday, and so yeah, this is gonna be fun. Uh, Hello, my fellow Croft brothers. It's me, Lumpy. And you might have remembered from a couple sketchbook tours ago that I said something like, "Oh, I might have lied about Jude being my first OC original character." When I say that, what I mean is I'm not 100% sure when June came around, and I'm not 100% sure when this character I'm about to show you came around. But with this character, I have tangible evidence that they existed before I started writing the Jimmy Diaries. So today we're going to look at this create your own comic book back from when I was like 6 or 7, I want to say. And I got this for Halloween at my local health center. And so I started writing a story in it, and I was obsessed with it. And again, because this came out around, I started writing in this around Halloween. The first couple things are going to be Halloween themed. This is, it says to show all your little things. The thing came with like a little stencil to draw your word balloons, and so like I used that for all the word balloons. I didn't have the manual dexterity to actually do word balloons. I still don't do word balloons because they're hard. um this notebook belongs to Never Wrote My Name because pencil doesn't really work on this type of paper. Draw your hero, and here's, might have to scan it in a picture. Hero's name, Lala. Secret identity, Poe. Superpowers, Sart. Fly. uh, Sidekick slash allies. And I originally crossed it out, but then I was just like, wait, I want a sidekick. So sidekick slash allies, March. So arch enemy, Toe. Weakness, Ducks. So as you can tell with the naming convention of these characters, I didn't really know how to write words that were longer than like 2 letters. So I was just like Poe and Toe and March and Lala. So I was just like, well, okay then. Then it's, and then it says to, well, all heroes have an origin story, and origin story tells us how and why they became a superhero and how they got their powers. Write notes about your hero's origin story here so you can remember it when you start your comic book. And basically, I crossed all of that out because I wanted to write STD equals saves a day. Which is very helpful information because later on it's going to be funny. Um, and here we have the first page, Halloween. Hi Poe, and it's Poe, so Lala, interacting with this kid who is dressed up as a clown. Because I don't have a fear of clowns, but I had a fear of big kids dressed up as clowns. So yeah. Then the guy who's dressed up as a clown says, "What's the problem?" I don't like clowns. Okay. A duck. Okay, so the thing with ducks is Lala's planet. So it's like Superman, but with ducks. So her kryptonite is ducks. Um, so like, and I just thought that's hilarious. It is hilarious. She has like this super rational fear of ducks, and like just gets frightened even at the mention of it, kind of like man sea monsters, you know. So a duck. It's okay. quack. And then in a box at the bottom, it says, I don't like ducks. um, it's only me, trick or treat. So these two, this clown kid and this duck kid, are never going to come up again. If I ever rewrite this or redraw this, I want them to come up again. Oh, I see. So you're not. So you not duck. And so yeah, at the park, and so there's a kid, there's roller coaster, and it's a roller coaster that does a loop, and there's a spaceship in the sky, and lightning comes down from the sky and hits the part of the track at the top of the loop. So that's very dangerous. And we get POV shot of the kid in the roller coaster coming up on the area where he's gonna fall. And the kid starts screaming, and he dials 911 on a flip phone, because this was back in the day when my parents had only flip phones, and therefore I didn't have exposure to smartphones, and therefore I thought that flip phones were the best thing ever invented in the history of the world. Beep, beep, beep. And then Poe is just like, and then she transforms into Lala. And she flies up, and there's a spaceship. And we get a zoom in of the spaceship, and crash. And Toe, I keep mixing them up. Toe turns around, and it's just like, what? Because Toe is in the spaceship. Hi, says Lala. Lala, says Toe. And you are Toe, spelled T-O. Just T-O, because I couldn't spell anything. And they stare at each other. And then Lala starts laughing. Ha, 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 ho, ho. And then we get a close-up shot of March, and I thought this was the most beautiful drawing on earth. It has that third grade art style of, drawing stick figures is difficult. And she says hi, and she just came out of nowhere. Remember, she's just coming out of nowhere. I'm March. And then Lala turns to Toe, and then she turns to random space dog that's there for some reason. I'm Lala, Toe. Well, Lala, I've been looking for you. The duck said. Again, Lala has a very irrational. She has a rational fear of ducks. She has a very rational fear of ducks, and so she's like screaming, and she jumps out the window, and she splashes into a duck pond down below. Because remember, this is taking place in a park. Not a gen. Gotta love that terrible spelling. Not a gen. And so that's Toe speaking, because Lala has already broken 2 of her windows. No, why? Lala says, she's dying near the duck pond. Because there are ducks, and that's her kryptonite, remember? She dies if she's like allergic to ducks. But like allergic as in peanut allergy to ducks. Except she doesn't go into anaphylactic shock. She just kind of loses all her powers. And then Toe says, well, that's that. Still at the park. The kid's still on the roller coaster, and this whole interaction is still going on. So the kid's still on the roller coaster. He's just been on the roller coaster for, like, I don't know, 10 minutes, and he's still, like, coming up on that loop, and he's still, like, almost at the crack. And then March flies down, and she says hi to Lala, who's just waking up, and Lala's, And then March points to the kid who's on the roller coaster, and Lala flies up, and she accidentally grabs a dog. Haha, woof. I think it was a dog from the spaceship, the space dog that was there for some reason. Then the kid's finally falling, and she flies over and grabs the kid, like, with her, she has Elastic Man powers now, so she could, like, form her hand into, like, giant glove to catch the kid. And then it's a robot, and I don't know where it says it's a robot, but I just know it's a robot. It doesn't even say. Oh, it was a drop of rain that fell on the robot. Okay, so a drop of rain fell on the robot kid who was on the roller coaster that was falling. Okay. And then the robot short circuits, because that's how mechanics works. Oh, if 7-year-old me realized that phones were waterproof, she'd have a heart attack. Huh? La 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 la, March says as she's getting dragged off by Toe. And then Lala whooshes over to the spaceship, and she pokes the spaceship, and it blows up, I think, and they scream, yay! And then the bank, there's a duck robber there, and March says, ah, la la! And then she goes, and the duck pulls out duck spray! Duck spray! So remember how I said it was like peanut allergies, but ducks. So basically, this is as if someone took powdered peanuts and just sprayed it in your face. If you have a peanut allergy, I think that's how it works. Like powdered peanuts and just threw it in your face. And so she's dying, and March is like super sad, and she's just, what was that look? What was that look at that camera? And she runs over the duck, and meanwhile, real zombies. And so she's rushing back and forth, fighting the duck, trying to resuscitate Lala. And then there's useless scene inspired by Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Then Lola wakes up, and it's Toe! And Toe has her strapped to this, like, Frankenstein machine thing, and zaps her! And zap! Ha 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 ha! And so, like, her hair is standing on end, because, of course, she got electric shocked, so now she's dead, right? So Toe is, like, laughing, and ha 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 ha. Uh-oh. And so Lala turns into a werecat because Toe electrocuted her. That's totally how electrocution works, kids. And so Toe runs out, and they both crash through a window, and Lala wakes up. But again, this is the third time Lala has woken up in this story. She wakes up, and and her and March are walking home, and March says, "So you're a worker." Keep in mind, they've only known each other for like 5 minutes, maybe. Whoosh, and Lala werecat claws the zombies, and Zaby meets March STD. I told you that would come up. March STD. March saves the day. Oh god. Previously, and it just shows a picture of previously. I don't think it spells it right. Definitely doesn't, but you know, previously, and it shows Lala as a werecat, and so it's Halloween, and the moon looks like milk, so Lala starts transforming into a werecat, and so they're dressed up as each other. That's the thing; they're dressed up as each other, except they look identical, so kind of hard to tell them apart. And so Lala turns into werecat, and March points a dog at her tail, and the dog bites it, and yay! So then I was obsessed with this Welsh, I think, from Wales. I'm not sure. But she's called Jem, and she's from the early 2000s. I was so obsessed with this artist. Her name is Jem, and she's like, "It's Amazing" from Sex and the City, the movie. That song, she did that song. Then it's like a crossover with me and my friend at the time, my best friend. And then I give March a signed copy of La La, and then La La and my friend are playing a video game, and then me and my friend and La La and March say goodbye to each other 5 years ago. So and then there's a planet, I think, and there's a baby. And then Lala looks in the mirror and she's just like, "Mama, what?" I don't know. And so Lala wakes up again. March! And then March says, "Sis, what is this?" says Lala. March grabs her very, very poorly drawn hand, shows the fingerprints that look remarkably similar. I was learning about forensic science, and so I was just like obsessed with being a detective, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, if you have similar fingerprints, then you must be related." And Lala's like, "What?" So, and the March is just smiling. Ow. What? Ow? I'm sorry, eh? Flashback. The thing with doing this is just like, a lot of times I have no clue what I was trying to do. Eh? I don't get it. Hug and makeup. So then I saw Jumanji for the first time, and I wanted to do my own little spin on it. And I was just like, well, what if Jumanji was a video game? um, well, little did I know, a few years later they would actually do that. Now, Sue video game. And then they get sucked into the video game and they fall. And then stupid stuff. And stupid. Okay, skip that. So, okay. Help, love, March, and Lala. And then Lala shoves it into a bottle. March sends it out to sea, and it's on the sea. And it's going, and it crashes into Toe's spaceship because Toe doesn't have enough broken windows as it is. If I ever was to remake this, that would be a running joke. Just every 5 seconds, Toe has another broken window. And Toe reaches down. Help, love, March, and Lala. And then she crunches it up, and I never finished it. Yeah, lost inspiration. Unlike the Joey Diaries, though, it did have a sweet little send-off there, where March and Lala's long-lost mother is just like, "March, Lala, I love you. Now I'm dead. Now I'm never coming back. Now I'm never writing this again." So yeah, I just basically explained to you the entire plot of what was my comic from when I was 7. Nowadays, what I like to do with March and Lala and Toe occasionally, one, I've changed their names, sort of. Yeah, Lala's alias is still getting worked on. March is just March, and Toe I want to rename to Poe because that seems more hilarious than just Toe. T-O. Toe. But, like, my modern understanding of it is, like, Lala has powers, but is an idiot. March is pretty and smart and has no powers, but is an alien still. I don't know. And Toe is just sick of it. It is just like, no, I hate you. I want you to die. I hate you. So yeah, that's the story of Lala. Thank you for watching. Alarm clock call thing. That has been your alarm clock call for the day. No witch in sight. Feel free to carry on with your day. Bye. Was that peace sign? Peace sign. Bye.